Hello everybody, this is Cindy at Cindy's Place, and today is a really rainy, overcast, ugly day, and I thought we were done with this, but Mother Nature's back, and we're actually supposed to get some more snow tonight, if you can believe that. But I did get some things done in the greenhouse. I'm kind of pleased about that, but I have a whole bunch of other plants that need to go out, but I don't want to do it in this wind. I mean, the wind is hellacious. So I'm going to stay inside today. So what I'm going to do is, I love doing this, and I made a video on this before, that I love making, they're like little fire burners. You can use them for warmth, and they don't put off any gases, and they're odorless. So you could use them, like if your lights went out or whatever, you could set these in your house. Of course, you have to be super careful about fire, but these can be very useful. Camping too, they're extremely good for camping, and very handy to have, very simple to make. And so I'm going to make one of these again, because I have a couple of cans. These were peach cans, the 26 ounce. And all you do is just take the wrapper off and you wash them out, clean them. And then I have, this was green beans, a can of green beans. And I took the label off and cleaned it. Whoops. And I'll show you how I use this to make a little fire burner. And you can actually I made a little grate that you can sit on top. You can actually boil like a small pot of water. You can cook something on it. It may take a little longer than it would on the stove, but they're very handy, very, very handy. So I'm going to show you how to make one. First of all, you're going to take your little can and set it inside your big can, and you kind of want to center it in there. See? Just like this. And I have a little funnel here. And you stick that, you want to hold the can in place, the little can. Stick your funnel down in beside, in between the two cans, and take some sand. And it could be any kind of sand. It could be I got this for use in the garden as a filler in the dirt, to keep it loose. Or you can have decorative sand, or, as long as it's fine enough that it can fit into the can. Any sand will do, as long as it's sand. And I'm going to get one more. I'm going to put my sand into this measuring cup to make it easier to pour. So let's get some sand in there. And get the funnel back in the can. Hold the can inside tightly so it won't slip to one side. And pour your sand. And I just made a little makeshift funnel with a piece of paper. I usually improvise everything. I don't go out and buy fancy measuring tools and that kind of stuff. I just make it up as I go. And I'm going to put some over here on this side to hold the can in place. Put a little bit of sand on this side. Try not to pour it all over the place. I'm messy, sorry. And you just kind of move it around till the sand all falls out of the funnel. And it goes around the little can inside. And then you do it again. And you just keep doing it till you fill up to the brim of the little can inside. And if you just kind of move your funnel around, the sand will distribute itself inside the bigger can. I just enjoy making these. They're good to use. I mean, they're very practical and they're just fun. And you can shake it to kind of level it out a little. I need a little bit more sand. Not much though, because I'm almost to the top. Almost. And you want to fill it right up to the top. Okay, I made a little bit of a mess, so let me clean that up. I am just not the neatest person in the world, no matter how hard I try. Okay, got the sand. Right, now you see how I filled it to the top, to the top of the can with sand. The little can is in, I mean, it is in there tight with that sand around it. You see how, whoop, and you dump it on the table. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, then after you get that done, you want to take some cotton balls . And this is the end of this bag. I've made several of these before, so I just picked up some cotton balls at the dollar store. They're pretty cheap. And you stuff them down in the can. And you want to fill the can all the way up, the inside can all the way up with your cotton balls. Just pack them in there. Not too tight, but firmly. Like this. Then you take rubbing alcohol. And this is 91%. You can use 70%, but I wouldn't go lower than that if there is anything lower than that. Put that on tight so I can squirt it. This is a new bottle, so it has a thing on it. Take the seal off. I have a lot of rubbing alcohol around, and the main reason for that is that I do have a lot of medical prepping supplies, you know, just in case. You never know when you might need them. I'm out here in the absolute middle of nowhere, so it's always good to have medical prepping supplies around. If something should happen that, I'm 200 miles from a major city. I do live next door to a tiny little town, but it doesn't have much to offer in the way of supplies. So I make a supply trip to Reno or to Elko, Nevada, once a month to get things that I need then. Or, you know, whenever I can get there. And all my doctor appointments and everything is in Reno, which is 200 miles away. But anyway, so I stock up on medical supplies because I'm a prepper and because it's just a good idea. And alcohol, rubbing alcohol, is part of my supplies. So you just take the rubbing alcohol and you saturate. You don't want to drown the cotton balls, but you do want to saturate them. And make sure that it gets all the way to the bottom. There you go. So you just want to saturate them. You don't want them sitting in alcohol, but just enough to get the cotton balls nice and wet. And then here's the fun part. See, they're in there, and they have alcohol saturated on them. And this is the fun part. And you take your matches, and you light your burner. And how's that? Makes a nice big fire. Like I said, you can put a little grill over top of it. You can put 3 or 4 together, put a grill over top, and you can actually cook on this. It has no odor, and it doesn't put off any toxic fumes, and it's safe to use. And this is really going good here. And you know, just, it's good to have in prepping one. If your lights go out, this makes a good long burning light source if you need it. It does put off heat. You can feel it like out to, let's see, out to about here. You can feel it out to there, and probably even further if you had several. In camping, like I said, this is perfect for camping. So if you want to put it out, and this will burn for several hours. I mean, it's great. Just blow on it like that. It's out. And I use aluminum foil. Put it over top. And you don't have to drain out the alcohol once you've made them. And I usually don't put alcohol in them until I'm going to actually use them, just for storage purposes. But, you know, it's not hot. The can on the outside does not get hot. So you can actually carry this around if you need to, move it to where you need to move it. And it's really very handy. So, but you do have to be very, very careful. And it doesn't get hot on the bottom, doesn't get hot on the top. The sides are cool. Just, you know, of course it is fire. And so you have to be very, very careful how you use it and when you use it and who that you let to use it. Don't let the children use this. So, but this is a good handy prepping thing, and just wanted to share that with you today. I just like making them because they're just fun, and I usually don't light them. I just get them ready and prepare them and then put them in my prepping. I've probably got 20 of these already, but you just never know. And I think the longest I think I've read that these have lasted is like, I think somebody told me one time it went 12 hours burning on the alcohol in those cotton balls like that. So, you know, very handy to have. Just please be careful because it is fire. So I just wanted to share that with you. And you guys have a great day. Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. And thanks for putting up with my video today. No gardening involved, but unfortunately. But so, yeah, it's starting to snow out there now. So that's just great. Tomorrow it's going to be cold, and then it's going to start warming up again here toward the weekend. So I have a bunch of plants to still get out and some planting to do. So I'm anxious, as you know. So we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, and you all take care. Bye-bye.